Hot. What time is it? 5:14. 5:14 on a Friday afternoon. Cloudy outside. Not too cold. No blue sky though. Pretty cloudy out there. Gray. It's a gray day, people. And it's movie time. Yes, it's Friday afternoon. And it's movie time. Time to talk about the movies that I watched this week. All Reader's Digest versions. Don't get into too much, but don't want to spoil anything for people. So let's see. Oh, okay, let's start. Let's start with Crave TV, which is Rogers here, you know, paid TV channels. I get that. I know you pay money for it every month, but what are you going to do? I watched Equalizer 2, you know, with Denzel Washington. He likes reading a lot, eh? He likes reading a lot. He's like me. But I thought it was a very good movie. Things are happening around him and near him, and one thing has to do with another, and when you add it all up, it's an inside job, if you know what I mean. Somebody knows something. And who knows it? Somebody on the inside. There's got to be something going on here. But Denzel Washington, I like his character. He's very quiet. Until he looks at his watch and he figures he's got 45 seconds to take these three guys out. Boom, 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 bang, bang, it's all over with. Yep. Anyway, I liked it. I give it an 8. So much fun. Denzel Washington in The Equalizer. I used to be a TV show years ago. Wasn't like this long. But anyway, Equalizer, the first one, just The Equalizer, that was very good. He helped save a young girl from the bad guys. That was the first one. This is the second one. This is a little bit more... Same thing, but different, you know. But it's very alright. You can watch it if you like that kind of movie. You know, where kick-ass type of thing, you know, and yeah, the bad guys are, you know, doing things and nobody's, you know, they're getting away with it. Well, he doesn't let them get away with it. Yeah, somebody's got to pay the piper. So there you go. Yeah, The Equalizer, too. Watch it. If you got time, you can find it. It's a good watch. Alright, let's watch this one called Searching. Pretty sure this is on movie... Oh, is that my check? I think this was on the movie channel too, if I'm right. Searching, 2018. John Choi, CHO, and Deborah Messing, MESSING. His 16-year-old daughter disappears, and the police investigate and leads nowhere. And so he has to go online, you know, the computer shit, right? And try to find her friends and where she was last time. And she said she was going to a party Friday night, and she never went there, and you know she never lies to him, and you know the story. Happens to all of us. When you got teenagers, they lie through their teeth. Most of them. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them. Yeah, hey Dad, can I go spend the weekend at my friend's house? What's her name? Her name's Julie. Oh, okay. Why don't you get Julie's mother to call me? Okay, she'll call you, but I gotta go now. Anyway, girls, girls are worse than boys. That's my opinion. Girls. Anyway, so that was he decides to search, you know, the computer and stuff and go through her computer and all her friends and things like that, right? Well, he finds out she doesn't have that many friends, but she thought she did, but, you know, really, she's quiet. Her mother passed away a year or two ago, and she's kind of like, you know, upset and stuff, and her dad doesn't really talk to her. He talks to her, but he doesn't really talk to her. You get me? And so it's a very good story called Searching, 2018, John Choi and Deborah Messing. So I give it a 7. It's all right. It's a good story. You can watch it, but it shows most through the movie. A lot of the movie shows the computer. You know, the screen. You know, typing shows the screen all the time. Pictures. Things where she was, what she was doing, you know, so you got to get used to all that. 90, or I shouldn't say 90%, 80% of the movie's all computer, looking at the computer kind of thing, and you know, showing what's on the computer, her friends, and where she was, and who's this and who's that, and ding, ding, ding. All right, so that was all right. That's a 7. And on Rogers, you know, the you know, the network, movie network. I watched the movie Pacific Rim Uprising 2018. Now, I saw Pacific Rim a couple of years ago, the first one, right? About the giant robots and invasion from outer space and all that stuff or whatever. And that one wasn't really too bad. You know, it really wasn't too bad. This one's a new team of Jagger pilots, right? Those robots, those big tall guys. They have to get inside them and run them around because there's monsters that enter the world, and they have to fight them and save them. And they decided to have the fight in China or Hong Kong, I think it was. So, yeah, everybody got saved because they all went to, everybody, the whole 30 million people, 40 million people went underground, right? They all went down to the subways. So meanwhile, the monsters and the robots and whatever are having a fight in the city, smashing buildings, and, you know, windows, glass, buildings caving in, monsters running up the side of the building. Yeah, but everybody's safe. Eh? The whole 30 or 40 million people, they're all downstairs in, you know, like in basements and running around attics and subways and stuff. And I thought that was goddamn stupid myself. I'm thinking, that's almost impossible. You can't get 80 million people, 40 million people, 10 million people, 1 million, let alone downstairs in the basement in subways. Stupid movie. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's dumb. Don't bother watching and watch the Three Stooges or something, or watch a good Shirley Temple movie or a couple of Shirley Temple movies. You get more kick out of that than you do out of this movie. All right, quit ranting, Bob. All right, so that's movies on, what is it, on, you know, TV kind of stuff. Let's watch the movies I put in the player, you know, the Blu-ray player. So let's watch this one, 1971's Best Picture. Silence of the Lambs. You heard the little baby lambs crying. Got me all upset. Anyway, Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, and Scott Glenn. Yeah, most of us seen this movie, Silence of the Lambs. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah, very interesting movie. She stumbles into a couple things, but she gets to, in the end, the result is great, right? In a roundabout way, right? But we all know at the end of the movie, right? Like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, we can't talk that long, but I'm having a friend for dinner. I loved that scene. I thought that was hilarious. I've seen this movie a few times over the years, and I will continue to watch this movie. Probably another one next year or within the year. It's always an interesting watch. I give it an 8 out of 10. Best Picture, 1971, Jodie Foster. All right. Science fiction, people. Yeah. Look up in the sky. So this one's from 1951. The Day the Earth Stood Still. This is Michael Rainey, Patricia Neal, a young Patricia Neal. She was pretty when she was young, you know, young actors. And Hugh Marlowe. So yes, winner of the Golden Globe in 1951. So this came out the year I was born, 1951. Yes. Yes, the spaceship lands in the park, I guess, in Washington, right? He comes out and he wants to talk to people. Well, it's hard to do, right? You can't talk to people, you know. Nobody talks to anybody, right? Now, they just got mad at people and blow things up and machine gun everybody, you know. It's 1951. Everybody's scared shitless, right? So, spaceship lands, right? This guy gets out of the spaceship and says he wants to talk to the president and all the main people and everybody in the world, all the main guys. Well, that's hard to do. So anyway, he brings out this thing, right? You know, to show people. And they shoot him, right? They shoot him in the arm. So they have to take him to the hospital, right? So anyway, he escapes from the hospital and he starts walking around the street. And he ends up in a house that's a rooming house where Patricia Neal is. And what's his name? The young guy, the young actor, Billy Gray. He's a very good actor when he was young, still, you know, as an age, Billy Gray. But it was a fun movie. It's very interesting. And Clateau. Is it Clateau or Clateau? Clateau. That's where that band got their name from, right? I got 3 of their albums over there, and I don't remember where my albums are. I got 3 of their albums. Good music. So that's where they got their name from this movie. right? Klaatu. But that's his name, Mike Rennie's character. I'm pretty sure it's Klaatu. And the robot's name is Gort, G-R-O-T or something like that. But this is a very good movie. So if you haven't seen The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951, watch it. Gets a big 8 out of 10. This is a good science fiction movie. There's all kinds of science fiction movies. Some of them are very good, and some of them are very bad, and some of them are so bad they're funny. You gotta watch them. Yeah. Anyway, put that over there or whatever. This one here, White Palace. You know White Palace, where they sell the hamburgers and the Cokes and stuff? Yeah, that's what this is called. White Palace. What year was this? Oh, I don't know. 2005? Is it 2005? Two thousand five. Yes. James Spader and Susan Sarandon. Now James Spader, his character is about 27 years old. And he goes to the White Palace where she's working at as a waitress, cashier, you know, she takes money. He ends up getting 50 hamburgers to take to all his drunken buddies at a bachelor party. Ends up 6 of them are empty boxes. So he gets pissed off and he goes back to the restaurant, White Palace, and he complains. So she's there, she's busy, there's 20 people in line, everybody's getting pissed off at everybody. Anyway, she gives him back his money, he goes back and, you know, party's over. He goes out and he goes to this bar and he sits there and has a drink. He's still reveling in his thoughts and, you know, he's not a very happy camper, right? His wife, no, not, I don't think it's his wife, but his girlfriend from 2 or 3 years ago passed away, she's dead. So he's still thinking about her in a roundabout way, right? So Susan Sarandon notices this guy, right? And she's in there having a drink too. And she's a little lonely too, right? So she goes over and talks to him and they chat and stuff like that, right? And next thing you know, they're hooking up and they're going back to her place. And her place is a friggin' mess. Cigarette butts, empty bottles of wine, empty beer bottles, cans, food wrappers, anyway. He's drunker than a friggin' skunk. So she takes advantage of him, right, and kisses him. Anyway, it's little more than kissing, okay? She does a little bit more than kissing, and he's sleeping, right? Of course he likes it. Come on, right? So the next thing you know, this 27-year-old guy is messing around with a 43-year-old waitress. Well, what's wrong with that? Nothing, as far as I understand or can see. Yeah, I like this movie. I knew about this movie for a long time. I've never seen this movie. No, there's movies that I've never seen. This is one of them. Anyway, this is 2005, so what's that, 15 years ago, give or take a month? So yeah, this is very good. Now, James Spader, he's in, what is it, the Blacklist now. So, he's pretty good in the Blacklist too. So, Susan Sarandon and James Spader in the White Palace. The story of a younger man and a bolder woman. A wonderful romantic tale. Susan Sarandon and James Spader. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. I liked it. I give it an 8. Yeah, an 8 out of 10. If you haven't seen White Palace, watch it. It's a worthwhile watch. Seek it out. It's a good little story. And what did I watch on April the 1st? You know, April Fool Day? Yeah, well, I think I watched a John Wayne movie. And what one did I watch? The Cowboys. And when did they start filming this movie? You know, when everything started happening, the first day of filming, started rolling on the movie, was April the 1st, 1971, I think. Was it 71? I'm pretty sure it was 71. Anyway, I think this movie's 71 too, isn't it? Get my glasses up. Yeah, 71. So this has come out in 71. But they started this movie on April the 1st, 1971. So this was in the theaters in 71. That's a very good movie. An old cowboy, you know, he's got to take his horses, and mostly 90% of them are the, what do you call it, cows, right? You know, bulls, cows, to market, right? But anyway, his hired hands, people that worked for him, or were working for him, get a little sniff of gold. There's gold in them there hills. Anyway, some of his guys that he got working for him said, we're going to be leaving for 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll be back. But he told them, look, don't mind coming back. Just get off my fucking property. Get out of here. So then that's it. So they bugger off, right? And he's there and his wife, and they're talking, and they're going, I don't know how the hell they're going to get their cattle to auction or whatever they're doing, to sell it, right? Now the next thing you know, one thing leads to another. And the kids, the boys, right there in school, in the one-room schoolhouse. Anyway, they get hooked up, the kids get hooked up with him. He teaches them how to ride a horse. Well, not really ride a horse. No, he teaches them stuff about the cows and stuff. One thing leads to another, and they go on a ride. They help them, right? And you got Roscoe, what's his name? The character, Roscoe, what's his name? Roscoe Lee Brown. He's driving the buckwagon, right, with all the food and stuff. He's a very good actor too. And then you got the little bastard himself, right? Bruce Dern. He's a bad guy. Bruce Dern always made good, makes good bad guys. He's got that leery look in his eyes, right? Come here, you little bastard. Anyway, this is a fun movie. Of course, this is one of the movies most of us know, and I don't think I'm going to give you any spoilers or tell you anything that most of you don't already know. So this is one of the movies where John Wayne actually gets killed in, right? So it's a very good movie. This one, I give this an 8 too, because I really like this John Wayne movie. Like I said before in videos past, John Wayne made an awful lot of movies. He made a lot of movies. Made a lot of little old soapers for an hour long, right? Little cowboy girl who gets, somebody robs somebody. You know what I'm talking about. Then 1939 he made Stagecoach, right? And then after that he started making some not too bad movies, but he made a couple of clinkers too, right? So we know that. This one gets an 8 out of 10 for the Cowboys. John Wayne. There you go. If you haven't seen this, watch it. It's fun. All right. I'll talk to you again next Friday. Next Friday I'll be watching movies this week, and I'll talk about the movies next week. Of the ones I've been watching. Rick's coming over tomorrow. And we'll be watching a Gregory Peck movie tomorrow. And see what else. Right now I know we'll be watching a Gregory Peck movie. So I'll have to dig them out and see what ones we're going to watch. But that's it. John Wayne. And I'll see you next Friday for the movies I watched this week. Okay, have a good week, people. Keep watching those movies.